Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And last week we made a back loop half double crochet washcloth. This week we're going to make a front loop half double crochet washcloth. And we're just doing this because I want to see the differences in these. So we're going to need to, let's start chain 26. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And in the second chain from the hook, um, some people chain 2 for half double crochets. I don't. I just chain 1. Alright, so we're going to do a half double crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then we're just going to do a half double crochet in every chain across. So by the time you get across here, you should have 25 stitches on your chain. Alright, chain 1 and turn. Okay, so like I said, last week did back loop. This week we're going to do front loop, but in the first stitch and in the last stitch we'll be going through both loops, just the first and the last. So in the front loop we're going to put a half double crochet in each front loop after that. And then what this is going to do, this is going to create lines in the front and in the back. Creates a different little pattern. Than it did with the back loop. So I love exploring these different ways of using these half double crochets. And there's actually 4 different ways of using these half double crochets to make a different pattern in your washcloth. So this is the second. And we're going to compare the washcloths after this one is done. Okay, so that, you can see this side right here, we've got a line going through here. There is also a sort of a line going through the, right here it is, see it right there. So you've got this little edging here, and then on this side too. So what you're going to do is you're going to chain one and turn and repeat until your washcloth is a complete square. So if this is 7 inches here, you'll keep going until your washcloth is 7 inches. So then we will be back to show you how to do the border on this washcloth. I will see you then. All right, so this is an 8-inch by 8-inch washcloth. It's a perfect square. And I took and did red, white, and blue type thing. So I started with a blue and then did white, red, you know. I did 2 rows of each. And I really like that. Stripe it red, white, and blue. And I'm going to take my red now and I'm going to put a border around it with the red. And I like the way this washcloth came out. Um, it looks the same on both sides. I love it. I love the way this came out. Only, well, this side's a little bit different, I guess. It's got the lines going across there, and so does this side. Yeah, it has the lines going across. So I think that is so interesting that no matter where you put your hook, you can get, using the same stitch now, you can get a different look. And I love that. So I'm going to start with my red here. And I usually tie this on, but I wasn't thinking this more today and I didn't do it. So we're just going to start here, and I'll just work these ends in, I suppose. And on this first stitch here, I'm just going to make a standing single and then make 2 more in there. Now, hang on. I want to work that end in first. There we go. There we go. Now we can do in that first stitch. All right, so now we're just going to single crochet down the side. Or this is not the side, this is the top of the washcloth, actually. So, which is 25 single crochets across there. But on the corners, you're doing 3 single crochet on each corner. So we can turn the corner. And then right when you get to that last stitch, it is 3 single crochets in that last stitch. Now our lucky number is 22, no, 23. So we've got to try to do 23 stitches in between the corners. So let me see, there's 1, we put 2 in there, and that one, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. That'd be, if we did 2 in each, that'd be 30. There's 15 rows there. in between. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 rows in between. So that'd be 28, but we don't need. So anyway, let's start out with the first one and just put 2 in it. All right. And then in the next one, we're just going to put 1. So there's 3. And then 2 in the next one. 4, 5. 1 in the next one. 6. And 2 in the next one. 7, 8. And then 1 in the next one will be 9. And then 2 in the next one, which is 10. 11. And then 1 in the next one will be 12. And then 2 in the next one, 13, 14, and then 15 in that one, 2 here, 16, 17, and then 18, and then 19 and 20, and then we're just going to put 21 and 22 in this one, and then 23 in this one. Actually, we made it. Alright, so we've got 23 stitches going up the side, and then when we get to this first stitch up here, we just make sure we put 3 single crochets in there. So you're going to finish off the square like that, and then we'll be back to show you how to do the last row of this border. Okay, so I slip stitched to my first stitch as I came around, and there's what the washcloth looks like now. So you can choose front and back, whichever you like to be front and back, but I don't think it really matters on this washcloth. So I'm going to chain 1, and in this very first stitch that I slip stitched into, I'm going to put a falling leaf stitch, which is a single crochet and 2 doubles. Alright, we're on a corner right here, so I'm going to do that with all 3 stitches on that corner. So we're just going to put the falling leaf stitch in each stitch. So it looks like that. So you've got 3 falling leaf stitches in each of those stitches. Now going down the side, we're going to skip 2 and put the falling leaf stitch in the third, which again is a single crochet and 2 doubles. So skip 2 and put the falling leaf stitch in the third. So you're going to be doing this on every third stitch all the way down the side, because we're skipping 2 and then put the falling leaf stitch in the third, and then skip 2, all the way down to the side, and then when you get to the corner, you're putting that falling leaf stitch in all 3 stitches on that corner. So this works out good. We're skipping 2. We're right in the very first stitch of the corner, so we're going to go straight into that and put a falling leaf stitch into it, and then you're going to put a falling leaf stitch into the next 2 stitches as well. And then you'll continue around like that. And this is what the washcloth will look like with the border. This is your last of the border. So you just continue all the way around like that and slip stitch to your first single crochet up here, and then sew in your end, and you're done. And I hope you guys had a lot of fun with this washcloth. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye now.